Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Travel Bookmark. If you have not liked, share and subscribed yet, please do. So as you guys know, in my previous vlog we were in Halong Bay in Hanoi, and after that trip we left and we came to Da Nang and we stayed in Grand Mercure, and that was next day and the last day in Vietnam, and we were waiting for our next trip. So here we are in the lobby. We are waiting to be picked up from a hotel, and after an hour drive, we reached to this place, Sun World, Bana Hills, one of the most famous place in Vietnam. So if you come to Vietnam, you must have heard this particular thing like a million times, the Golden Bridge, on all the reels out there. And let's go and find out what's so great about this place. So if you plan to visit Bana Hills, I will give you a suggestion to come here early in the morning because it gets really crowded, because it's one of the most famous spot in Vietnam. I didn't want to show that much crowd, so I was showing you the ceiling. It reminded me of Hoi An and the trip and the lantern trip that I took in my first vlog. So the first thing when you come in, you take the cable car ride. This cable car is actually very famous because it's one of the longest cable car in the world. It's 6 kilometers long, and when they made it, they actually broke the Guinness World Record when they made it. It's no more the longest one because now there's another one which is like 7 kilometers long. So this is only 6 kilometers, but it's one of the most beautiful one, because if you're coming here you should have this tick in your box because you'll be sitting in one of the longest one. And it was, because it took us 15 minutes to go from one spot to another, but it crosses the entire forest. We are going to the mountain area, so it's taking us all the way from the city side to all the way mountain area, so it took us very long to reach there. So this is like the second stop. Our tour director asked us to take the second stop, so we came here and we are heading to the Golden Bridge. So she instructed us to come here and do the Golden Bridge, and from there she wanted us to go ahead, so we just followed the instruction. But before you enter the Golden Bridge, there are a lot of souvenirs there, so if you want to buy you can, and then we go to Golden Bridge. So this was like early morning at 9 o'clock when we were in at the Golden Bridge. You can see one of the famous place, but see the crowd. It's like super busy. It was almost impossible to take pictures or videos or anything over here because there were so many people. Some people were even with umbrellas, which were making it impossible to take any video or photos. Like I literally took this video just to show that how difficult they make to take anything because it is that crowded. So when you enter, don't wait here long, just keep going to the other side so you can see the other places first, and then you come here. So as soon as you finish the bridge, there's a place right around the bridge where you can see the bridge from the bottom part, and it's one of the best spot to take pictures from. So definitely come here and take some pictures. And then we headed to the French village area. So Bana Hills is not just the bridge is the entrance part, and after that you actually go to the French village area where the whole big Buddha is. So there are 3 Buddhas in Vietnam, and one of them is here, and it's really big, so you can come here, take pictures. The whole place is like made by this particular company, which is inspired by some French colonies people, because once when Vietnam was ruled by them, they came here and they settled here because it was a lot bit colder here and Vietnam was too hot and it was very difficult for them to stay. And once they left, the Sun World company decided to restructure this and make it just to symbolize that they used to be here. So it's very beautiful. You feel like you're in a different era and a different world altogether. Explore this side of the park, but be mindful that you don't want to waste too much time here, because this entire park is so huge that if you waste a lot of time in one spot, you won't be able to cover the whole thing. So give your time in exploring all these flower beds, these fountains. They're very beautiful, magnificent, but don't be here for a very long time. We were only here for like half an hour. We took our pictures and we headed for our next spot. There's also a winery in this area, but there's an extra charge for it if you want to go in and try some wine. We did not prefer doing that because we wanted to finish the whole park, so we were very busy in exploring that side, so that's why we didn't go in there. But there's always an option, so if you wish to go, you can. So after exploring this side of the park, we this is the next train we were supposed to take. So this train take us to the other side, and it's actually very interesting to take this train because it goes down the steep. So after you finish there by around 11:30, take this train and head to the next part so you don't miss much. So after we took that train, we had to take another cable car to go to the other side of the amusement park. The whole reason our tour guide took us there because it gets too crowded and she wanted us to finish that first. So then we don't have to come back here. And once we take the cable car, we spend the rest of the day there because it's bigger and longer time you can spend there. So we don't have to rush and come back here. So she took us there first and then she got us here. So here's another tip that you finish that first and then you come here. This cable car is known to be the oldest cable car, and this is the whole amusement park. That is in hotel as well, so if you wish to stay in Bana Hills, there are hotels if you want to stay there, but the only drawback is you can't go to city, you only stay in Bana Hills. So maybe more than a night I wouldn't recommend to be there more than that. This place literally reminded me of Disney Park or Universal World because it was so beautiful. It literally reminds you of that, and it's so huge and so amazing. They've made so much miniatures of so many things in the world. Like that one was Louvre, this one almost reminded me of Hogwarts, but it wasn't. But the hotel was huge and big. There are a lot of food options there as well, a lot of French option there, and the whole area was made so beautifully, like really, really pretty. So they have a lot of streets over there like Greek, French, Thai, where you can buy a lot of food options or things to buy over there. So you won't have to worry about food at all if it's not included in your package. And a lot to explore, so you won't get bored. That's me heading to a castle hoping to find a prince there. But unfortunately, the castle was empty, sadly. They divided park into different lanes. So there was medieval age, then there was Chinese era, and then there was a Greek era. So they had a lot of places where you can go and see the things. They even had botanical garden in there, and then carnivals in there. So they had a lot of options there. Souvenirs were very easy to get. They were way expensive than places outside, but their quality comparatively was really good, and they had few options. If you want to buy from there, you can. There's not much difference in pricing anywhere in the entire park you go. The pricing was exactly the same unless you found a sale area. This entire Bana Hills was so different from anywhere you went in Vietnam. You'll actually feel this is something so opposite to whatever you've done in Vietnam so far. So if you come here as like your first trip, don't have your expectations too high because it's so different and it's so like opposite to what I've seen so far. Now this particular side was where all the rides are, so there are ride options as well. So if you're coming here with kids, there are a lot of ride options over here, which is again included. You're not paying anything extra. So we did come here to do few rides. If you're not a huge fan of big rides, they even have 3D rides, which is not actually a ride but an experience you would definitely want to take. After we finished our whole fantasy world, we went back, and this time she told us to head to the Golden Bridge because it's going to be quiet. So this was right around at 4:30. So if you want to enjoy the Golden Bridge, come here at 4:30 because then it's not that crowded like you guys can see now. No umbrellas, no too many people there, so you can take pictures over here very easily and so much better now. So taking a cable car, heading back to a hotel, there was not much to talk about, but the whole place was so beautiful. So I just wanted to show you the whole place, and it was all included in our package: the pickup, the drop, the food, and everything. So this was one experience that I will definitely recommend you to do in Vietnam for sure. And here I decided to relax a little bit before we head back to Melbourne, and this is where our Vietnam trip ends. And I hope you like this video. Please wait for my next video. That's where I'm going to talk about all my learnings, tip and trick I learned, and I hope you liked it. If you did, like, share and subscribe.